Should produce without sweat or endeavor. Treason, felony, sword, pike, knife, gun, or meat of any engine would I not have. But nature should bring forth of its own kind, all poison, all abundance to feed my innocent people.
No marrying among his subjects?
None, man, all idle, whores and knaves.
I would with such perfection govern, sir, to excel the golden age.
Save his majesty.
Long live Gonzalo.
And do you mark me, sir?
No, prithee no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me.
I do well believe your highness and it is to minister occasion these gentlemen, who are of such sense and nimble lungs that we always use to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this kind of merry fooling know nothing to you, so you may continue and laugh at nothing still.
Ooh. Make good, my lord. Be not angry.
No, I warrant you, I would not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me asleep? For I am very heavy.
Go sleep and hear us.
What, so soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would of themselves shut up my thoughts. I find they are inclined to do so.
Please you, sir, do not omit the heavy opera of it.
We too, my lord, will guard your person. Heavy.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
It is the quality of the climate. Oh.
Why that did not our eyelids sink? I find not myself disposed to sleep.
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. Oh, they fell together both as by consent. They dropped as by a thunderstroke. What might worthy Sebastian? Oh, what might? No more. And yet, methinks I see it in thy face, what thou shouldst be. The occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head.
Prithee, say on.
Thus, sir, although this lord of weak remembrance hath here almost persuaded the king his son's alive, 'tis impossible. Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who's the next heir of Naples? There be that can rule Naples as well as he that sleeps. Oh, that you bore the mind that I do. What a sleep were this for your advancement. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
And how does your content tender your own good fortune?
I remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True, and look how well my garments sit upon me, much feater than before. My brother's servants were then my fellows. Now they are my men.
But for your conscience.
Aye, sir, where lies that? I feel not this deity in my bosom. Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon. If he were that, which now he's like, that's dead, whom I, with this obedient steel, 3 inches of it, can lay to bed forever. Whilst you, doing thus this ancient morsel, who should not upbraid our course.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou gott's Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together, and when I rear my hand, do you the like to fall on Gonzalo.
Oh, but one word.
My master, through his art, foresees the danger you, his friend, are in, and sends me forth, or else his project dies to keep them living. While you here do snoring lie, open-eyed conspiracy his time doth take. If of life you keep a care, shake off slumber and beware. Awake, awake, awake. Awake.
Then let's both be sudden.
Now, good angels, preserve the king!
How no awake? Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
What's the matter?
Whilst we stood here, securing your repose, even now we heard a hollow burst of bellowing. Like bulls around the lions. Did it not wake you? It struck mine ear most terribly.
I heard nothing. Heard you this, Gonzalo?
On mine honor, sir, I heard a humming, and that a strange one, too. 'Tis best we stand upon our guard, or that we quit this place.
Lead off this ground, and let's make further search for my poor son.
Heavens keep him from these beasts, for he is sure in the island.
Lead away.
Prospero, my lord, will know what I have done. So, king, go safely on to seek thy son.
By lake I can go no further, sir. By your patience I needs must rest me.
Oh, Lord, I cannot blame thee. Sit down and rest. Even here I will put off my hope and keep it no longer for my flatterer. He is drowned whom we stray to find, and the sea mocks our frustrate search on land. Well, let him go.
I am right glad that he's so out of hope. Do not, for one repulse, forgo the purpose they resolve to effect. The next advantage we will take thoroughly. Let it be tonight, for now they are pressed with travel. They will not or cannot use such vigilance as when they are fresh.
I say tonight, no more.
What harmony is this, my good friend? Hark!
Marvelous sweet music. If in Naples I should report this now, would they believe me? If I should say I saw such islands, for certes these are people of the island, who, though they are of monstrous shape, yet their manners are more gentle, kind than of our human generation we shall find many, nay, almost any.
Honest Lord, thou hast said well.
Strangely.
No matter, since they have left their viands behind. For we have stomachs. Would you please taste of what is here?
I will stand to and feed. Although my last, no matter since I feel the best is past. Brother, my lord, the Duke, stand to and do as we.
You are 3 men, the never surfeited sea hath caused, with such like valor they hang and drown their copper cells. Fools! I and my fellows are ministers of fate. But remember, for that's with which foul deed the powers have incensed the seas and shores, yea, all the creatures that by step attend you and your ways, whose wrath to guard you from which here, and this most desolate arm, thus falls upon your heads, is nothing but heart sorrow and a clear life ensuing.
Bravely the figure of this harpy hast thou performed my errand, and in their fit shall leave them, while I visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, and his and mine beloved darling.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous. Monstrous! Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing it, and the thunder pronounced the name of Prosper. It did base my trespass, for therefore my son in the ooze is bedded, and I'll seek him deeper, and then ere plummet, and with him there lie mudded.
One fiend at a time, I'll fight their legions, or
I'll be thy second.
All three of them are desperate. Their great guilt, like poison given to work a great time after, now begins to bite the spirits.
The solemn man, the best comforter to an unsettled fancy. Cure thy brains, now useless boil within thy skull. There stand, for you are spell stopped. Good Gonzalo, my true preserver and loyal servant, whom thou followest, I will pay thy graces home in word and deed. Most cruelly did thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter. Thy brother was a further in the act. Thou art pinched for it now, Sebastian. Flesh and blood, you, brother mine, who entertain ambition, would here have killed your king. I forgive thee, natural as thou art. Our understanding begins to swell. The approaching tide will shortly fill the reasonable shore that now lie foul and muddy. Not Ariel, the attire in my cell, go bring it hither. I will discase me and present myself as I was sometime villain. Quickly, spirit, thou shalt ere long be free. That's my Ariel. I shall miss thee, but yet thou shalt have. So? The king's ship, thy shape invisible retain thou still. The master and the boatswain being awake, enforced to this place.
I drink the air before me and return, or ere your pulse twice beat.
All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country.
Behold, Sir King, the wronged Duke of Milan, Prospero. For more assurance that a living prince, I embrace thy body. And to thee and thy company, bid a hearty.
But since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind immense, with which I fear a madness held me. Like Duke might resign, and to entreat thou pardon me my wrongs. But how should Prospero be living and be here?
First, noble friend, whose honor cannot be measured or contained. But you, my grace of lords, were I so minded, I could pluck his highness frown upon you, and justify you traitors. At this time, I will tell no tales.
the devil speaks in him.
No, for you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother, would infect my mouth. I do forgive thy rank is fallen, all of them, and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore.
If thou beest Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation, how thou hast met us here, whom 3 hours since were wrecked upon the shore, where I have lost my dear son, Turban.
I am woe for it, sir, for I have lost my daughter.
Daughter. Oh heavens, they were both living, and in Naples. The king and queen there that they were. I wish myself were muddled in the oozy bed where my son lies. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest. Welcome, sir. This sells my court. Pray at least bring forth a wonder to content ye, as much as me my dukedom.
Dear son, shall I twice lose? Most high miracle.
I have cursed thee without cause.
All the blessings of the glad father compass thee about.
Oh, wonder. How many goodly creatures are there? How beauteous mankind is! A brave new world with such people in it!
What is new to thee?
What is this maid with whom thou wast at play? Your oldest acquaintance cannot be but 3 hours. Is she the goddess that has severed us and brought us thus together?
Sir, she is mortal but I immortal province, she's mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, or thought I had one. She is daughter to the famous Duke of Mellon. A second father I have been given, as he is her to me.
I am hers. But oh, how oddly it must sound that I must ask my child for forgiveness.
There, sir, stop. Let us not burden our remembrances with a heaviness that's gone.
Spoke ere this. Oh, rejoice beyond a common joy, and set it down with gold on lasting pillars. In one voyage has Ferdinand found a wife, Prospero his dukedom, and all of us ourselves, when no man was his own.
Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that does not wish him joy.
Be it so, amen. Look, sir, here is more of us.
The best news is we have safely found our king and company. This tightened yarn bravely rigged us before we set out to sea.
Oh, this is as strange a maze as ever men trod. And there's in this business more than nature was ever conduct of. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Sir, my liege, I'll resolve you, which to you shall seem probable, of all these happened accidents. Till then, look well on each thing. Come hither, spirit. Set Caliban and his companions free. Untie the spell. How fares my gracious sir? Few odd lads that you remember not.
These be true flies I wear in my head. This is a goodly sight. Oh, Setibos, these be brave spirits indeed. Oh, find my master ace. I am afraid.
Lord Antonio, what things are these? Will money buy them?
Very light. One of them is a plain fish and no doubt marketable.
Mark plotted with them to kill me. Two of these fellows you must know and own. This king of darkness, I acknowledge mine.
I shall be pinched to death.
Is not this Stefano, my drunken butler?
He is drunk now. Where had he wine?
And Trinculo is reeling, right? Where should they find this grand liquor that hath gilded us? How camest thou in this pickle?
I have been so pickled since I saw thee last. I shall not fear fly blowing.
Why, how now, Stefano?
I am not Stefano.
This is as strange a thing as ever I've seen.
He is as disproportioned in his manners as in his shape. Go, Sirrah, to my cell. Take with you your companions, as you look to have my pardon. Trim it handsomely.
That'll will I, and I'll be wise hereafter, and seek for grace. What a thrice doubled ass was I to take this drunkard for a goat.
Go to, away. Sir, I invite your highness and your train to my poor cell, where you will take your rest for this one night. And in the morn, I'll take you to your ships, and so to Naples, where I hope to see the nuptials of these our dear beloved.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take to the ear strangely.
I'll deliver all, and promise you auspicious gales, calm seas, and sail so expeditious that shall catch a royal fleet far off. My errand.
Don't ask me what you know is true.
Don't have to tell you that I love your precious heart.
I
Don't ask me.
was standing,
I was true.
since, sir, I have seen him in Britain. I could then have looked on him without the help of admiration, though the catalogue of his endowments had been tabled by his side, and I to peruse him by item.
You speak of him when he was less furnished than now he is, with that which makes him both without and within.
This matter of marrying the king's daughter, wherein he must be weighed rather by her value than his own.
And then his banishment.
Aye, and the approbation of those that weep this lamentable divorce under her colors are wonderfully to extend him. But how comes it he is to sojourn with you? How creeps acquaintance?
His father and I were soldiers together. Here comes the Briton. I beseech you all, be better known. This gentleman.
That lady is not now living, or this gentleman's opinion by this worn out.
She holds her virtue still, and I my mind.
You must not so far prefer her for ours of Italy.
Being so far provoked as I was in France, I would abate her nothing, though I must profess myself her adorer and not her friend.
Aww. If she went before others I have seen, as that diamond of yours outlusters many I have beheld, I cannot but believe she excelled many. But I have not seen the most precious diamond that is, nor you, the lady. Ooh.
I praised her as I rated her, so do I my stone.
What do you esteem it at?
More than the world enjoys.
Either your unparagoned mistress is dead, or she's outprized by a trifle.
You are mistaken! The
gods have given you,
which by their graces I will keep.
You may wear her in title, yours, but you know, strange fowl light upon neighboring pond. Oh. Your ring may be stolen too, so your brace of unprizable estimations, the one is but frail, the other casual. A cunning thief or that way accomplished courtier would hazard the winning of both the first and last.
Your Italy contains none so accomplished a courtier to convince the honor of my mistress. I do have store of thieves. Withstanding, I fear not my ring.
Leave here, gentlemen.
Sir, with all my heart.
With 5 times so much conversation, I should bid ground of your fair mistress.
No, no.
I dare, thereupon, pawn the moiety of my estate to your ring, which, in my opinion, or values it something. But I make my wager rather against your confidence and her reputation. And, to bar your offense hereinto, I durst attempt it against any lady in the world.
What lady would you choose to assail?
Yours, whom in constancy you think stands so safe. I will lay you 10,000 ducats to your ring, that commend me to the court where your lady is, with no further advantage than the opportunity of a second conference, and I will bring from thence that honor of hers which you imagine so reserved.
I will wage against your gold. Gold to it. My ring,
The wiser. I mean, if you buy a lady's flesh at $1,000,000 a dram, you cannot preserve it from tainting.
I shall. But lend goodness the hugeness of your unworthy thinking. Here's my ring.
If I bring you no sufficient testimony that I have enjoyed the dearest bodily part of your mistress, my 10,000 ducats are yours, so is your diamond too. If I come off and leave her in such honor as you have trust in, she your jewel, this your jewel, and my gold are yours.
I embrace these conditions. Let us have articles betwixt us. Only thus far you shall answer. If she remain unseduced for your ill opinion and the assault you have made to her chastity, you shall answer me with your sword.
Your hand. A covenant! Straight away for Britain, lest the bargain should catch cold and starve.
This hot thank you.
Madam, a noble gentleman of Rome comes from my lord with letters.
The worthy Leonatus is in safety and greets your highness dear.
Thanks, good sir. You're kindly welcome.
All of her that is out of door most rich. If she be furnished with a mind so rare, she is alone the Arabian bird, and I have lost the wager. Boldness, be my friend, arm me audacity from head to foot.
He is one of the noblest note, to whose kindnesses I am most infinitely tied. Reflect upon him accordingly, as you value your trust. Leonatus, you are welcome, worthy sir.
Thanks, fairest lady. What are men mad? Hath nature given them eyes to see this vaulted arch, and did we not partition make with spectacles so precious twixt fair and foul? Sluttery to such neat excellence opposed should make desire vomit emptiness.
What's the matter, Tro? Are you well?
Oh, thanks, madam. Well.
Continues well, my lord. His health beseech you.
Well, madam.
Is he disposed to mirth? I hope he is.
Exceeding pleasant. I never saw him sad. There is a Frenchman, his companion, one that much loves a galleon girl at home. He furnishes the thick sighs from him, whilst the jolly Briton, your lord, laughs from his free lungs, cries, "Oh, can my sides hold to think that man, who knows, will his free hours languish for assured bondage?" It is a recreation to be by and hear him mock the Frenchman, but heavens knows, some men are much to blame.
Not he, I hope.
Whilst I am bound to wonder, I am bound to pity, too.
Why do you pity me?
That others do enjoy your... I was about to say, but it is an office of the gods to venge it, not mine to speak on.
You do seem to know something of me, or what concerns me. Pray you discover to me what both you spur and stop.
Had I this cheek to bathe my lips upon, this hand whose every touch would force the feeler's soul to the oath of loyalty, should I, damned then, slave her with lips as common as the steps that mount the courthouse, it were fit that all the plagues of hell should at one time encounter such revolt.
Oh, my lord, I fear, has forgot Britain.
And himself.
Let me hear no more.
Oh, dearest soul, your cause doth strike my heart with pity that doth make me sick. Be revenged.
Revenged? If it be true.
Dedicate myself to your sweet pleasure. More noble than that, run against your bed and will continue fast to your affection.
What hope is Audio?
Love me my service tender on your lips.
Away! Thou wrongst the gentleman who is as far from thy purport as thou from honor, and solicitst here a lady that disdains thee and the devil alike. What hope is Audio?
Oh, happy Leonatus! I may say the credit that thy lady hath of thee deserves thy trust, and thy most perfect goodness her assured credit. Give me your pardon. I have spoken this to know if your affiance were deeply rooted. He sits amongst men like a descended god. Give me your pardon, most mighty princess, that I have adventured thus to try your taking of a false report. The love I bear him made me to fan you thus, but the gods made you unlike all others. Pray, your pardon?
All's well, sir. Take my power in the court for yours.
My humble thanks. I had almost forgot to entreat your grace, but in a small favor.
Pray, what is't?
Some dozen Romans of us and your lord, the best feather of our wing, have mingled sums to buy a present for the emperor. May it please you to take them in protection?
Willingly, and pawn mine honor for their safety. Since my lord hath interest in them, I will keep them in my bedchamber.
They are in a trunk. Attended by my men, I will make bold to send them to you only for this night, for I must away tomorrow.
Oh, no, not away tomorrow.
Oh, I must, madam. Therefore, I beseech you, if it please you, to greet your lord with writing due tonight.
I will write. Send your trunk to me. It shall safe be kept and truly yielded you. You're very welcome.
The crickets sing, and man's o'erlabored sense repairs itself by rest. Oh, great. All down. Such and such pictures. There the window. Such the adornment of her bed. Ah, but some natural notes about her body above 10,000 meaner movables would testify to enrich mine inventory. Screwed to my memory, to the trunk again and shut the spring of it. Swift, swift, you dragons of the night, that dawning may bear the raven's eye. I lodge in fear. For this,
Giacomo, welcome, sir.
I hope the briefness of your answer made the speediness of your return.
Your lady is one of the fairest that I have looked upon. Here are letters for you.
Their tenor good, I trust.
'Tis very like.
Was Lucius in the Britain court when you were there?
He was expected then, but not approached.
All is well yet? Spark
Is one.
the stone's too hard to come by.
Not a whit, your lady being so easy.
If you can make it apparent that you have tasted her in bed, my hand and ring is yours.
Sir, my evidence must first induce you to believe. First, her bedchamber, where I confess I slept not. It was hanged in tapestries of silk and silver, the story proud Cleopatra when she met her Roman.
This is true. And this you might have heard here, by me or some other.
More particulars must justify my knowledge. The roof o'er chamber with golden cherubims is spreaded. Her andirons were two winking cupids of silver, each on one foot standing.
This is her honor. The description of what is in her
Can be pale. I beg but leave to air this jewel. See?
Job, is that which I left with her?
Sir, she stripped it from her arm. She gave it me and said she prized it once.
Maybe she plucked it off to send it me.
She writes so to you, doth she?
It is a basilisk unto mine eye, kills me to look on. Oh, above measure false!
Have patience, sir. Who knows if one her woman, being corrupted, hath stolen it from her?
Very true, back my ring. Render to me some corporal sign about her more evident than this, for this was stolen.
If you seek for further satisfying, under her breast lies a mole, right proud of that most delicate lodging. By my life I kissed it, and it gave me present hunger to feed again, though full. You do remember this stain upon her?
Aye. And it doth confirm another stain, as big as hell can hold it. Oh, that I heard, and do it in the court before her father! I'll do something! Oh,
Quite besides the government of patience. You have won. Let's follow him and avert the present wrath he hath against himself.
With all my heart.
Is there no way for men?
This is the tenor of the Emperor's writ. Since the legions down Gallia are full weak to undertake our wars against the fallen-off Britons, we do incite the gentry to this business. The words of your commission will tie you to the numbers and the time of their dispatch.
We will discharge our duty.
I am near.
Attending you here in Milford Haven are here in readiness, sir. This forwardness makes our hopes fair. Soft toe. What trunk is here? Without its top? How? A page? Young one, who is this thou makest thy bloody pillow? What art thou?
I am nothing. For if not nothing to be were better, this was my master, a very valiant Briton and a good, that here by mountaineers lies slain. Alas, there is no more such masters. I may never find such another master.
Thy name?
Fidelis, sir.
Thy name fits thy faith thy name. Wilt take thy chance with me? I will not say thou shalt be so well mastered, but be sure, no less beloved. Go with me.
I'll follow, sir. But first, I'll hide my master from the flies, and once I have strewed his grave, and on it set a century of prayers, I'll weep and sigh, and leaving so his service, follow you.
Aye, youth, he is preferred by thee to us, and shall be interred as soldiers can. Be cheerful, wipe thine eyes. Some falls are means for the happier to arise.
Again, and bring me word how it is with the queen. A fever with the absence of her son, a madness.
Yea, bloody cloth. I'll keep thee, for I wished thou shouldst be colored thus. Oh, Pisanio, every good servant does not all commands. Gods, If you should obtain vengeance on my faults, I never had lived to put on this. So had you saved the noble Imogen to repent, and struck me, wretch, more worth your vengeance. But alack, Imogen is your own. I am brought hither among the Italian gentry, and to fight against my lady's kingdom. 'Tis enough that Britain, I have killed thy mistress. Peace, I'll give no wound to thee. Therefore, I'll disrobe me of these Italian weeds, and suit myself as does a Briton peasant. So I'll fight against the part I come with. So I'll die for thee. Oh, Imogen, even for whom my life is every breath a death.
Heaviness and guilt within my bosom takes off my manhood. I have belied a lady, the princess of this country, and the heir aunt revengingly enfeebles me.
Stand! We have the advantage of the ground. The lane is guarded. Nothing is the responsibility of our fault. Away, boy! Away from the troops, and save thyself. It is a day turned strangely. Let's reinforce or fly.
Could not, Britain. I have resumed again the part I came in. Fight I will no more, but yield me to the veriest hind that shall once touch my shoulder. For me, my ransom's death. On either side I come to spend my breath, which neither here I'll keep nor bear again, but end it by some means for Imogen.
Stand, who's there?
A Roman.
Lay hands on him, a dog! Bring him to the king!
You shall not now be stolen. You have locks upon you. So graze as you find pasture.
Most welcome, bondage. For thou art away, I think, to liberty. Death is the key to unbar these locks. My conscience thou art fettered more than my shanks and wrists. For Imogen's dear life, take mine, take this life, and cancel these cold bonds. Oh, Imogen, I'll speak to thee in silence.
Hath my poor boy done aught but well, whose face I never saw? I died whilst in the womb he staged his foes. O valorous deeds which posthumous hath the Cymbeline performed.
Since Jupiter our son is good, take off his miseries.
Help, Jupiter, or we appeal and from thy justice fly.
No more, you petty spirits of rage and low, offend our hearing. Hush! How dare you ghosts accuse the thunderer, whose bulk, you know, sky planted, batters all rebelling coasts, whom best I love, I cross. His comforts thrive, his trials, well, are spent. Our jovial star reigned at his birth, and in our temple was he married. Rise and fame! He shall be lord of Lady Imogen, and happier much by his affliction made. This tablet lay upon his breast, wherein our pleasure his full fortune doth confine. and so away. No farther with your din express impatience, lest you stir up mine. Mount, eagle, to my palace, crystalline!
Yes, Jupiter!
Sleep, thou hast been a grandsire and begot a father to me, and thou hast created a mother? But, O scorn, gone. Book, a rare one. 'Tis still a dream.
Come, sir, are you ready for death?
Thou bringst good news. I am called to be free.
Comes not, Caius. Now for tribute. Britain may be appeased by slaughter of you, their captives.
Since the gods will have it thus, that no more than our lives may be called a ransom, let it come. This one thing only I will entreat. My boy, a Briton born, let him be ransomed.
I have surely seen him. His favor is familiar to me. Boy, thou hast looked thyself into my grace and art mine own. Live, and ask of Cymbeline what boon thou wilt.
I humbly thank your highness.
I do not bid thee beg my life, good lad, and yet I know thou wilt.
No, no, alack, there's other work in hand. I see a thing bitter to me as death. Your life, good master, must shuffle for itself.
Boy disdains thee.
I love thee more and more. Knowest him thou lookst on? Is he thy kin, thy friend?
He is a Roman, no more kin to me than I to your highness.
Wherefore eyest him so?
I'll tell you, sir, in private, if you please to give me hearing.
Aye, with all my heart, and lend my best attention. What's thy name?
Fidelis, sir.
Stowart, my good youth, speak freely.
Is not this boy revived from death? That sweet rosy lad
Is my mistress. Since she's living, let the time run on, to good or bad.
Come, stand thou by our side and make thy demand aloud. Sir, step you forth. Give answer to this boy on. Speak to me.
My boon is that this gentleman may render of whom he had this ring.
What's that to him?
That diamond upon your fingers, say, how came it yours?
I am glad to be constrained to utter that which torments me to conceal. By villainy I got this ring. 'Twas Leonatus' jewel, that paragon, thy daughter, for whom my heart drops blood and my false spirits quail to remember. Give me leave,
My daughter! What of her? Renew thy strength!
Upon a time, it was in Rome, the good Posthumus, hearing us praise our loves of Italy, took his hint and began his mistress' picture. He spake of her as Dian had hot dreams, and she alone were cold, whereat I, wretch, made scruple of his praise, and wagered with him pieces of gold against this, which then he wore upon his honored finger, to attain in suit the place of his bed, and win this ring by hers and mine adultery. Away to Britain, post I in this design, where I was taught of your chaste daughter the wide difference twixt amorous and villainous. Being thus quenched of hope, not longing, my practice so prevailed that I returned with similar proof enough to make the worthy Leonatus mad by wounding his belief in her renown, whereupon methinks I see him now.
Aye, so thou dost, Italian fiend! Aye, me, most credulous fool, egregious murderer. Oh, give me cord, or knife, or poison, some upright justicer. Thou, king, send out for torturers ingenious. I am Posthumus that killed thy daughter. The temple of virtue was she, yea, and she herself. Spit and throw stones, cast mire upon me, set the dogs in the street to bay me. Oh, Imogen, my queen, my life, my wife, oh, Imogen. Peace, my lord, here, shalt have a play of this, thou scornful page. There lies my heart, oh, my lord Posthumus, you ne'er killed Imogen till now wake my mistress.
If this be so, the gods do mean to strike me to death with mortal joy.
How fares my mistress?
Get thee from my sight! Thou gavest me poison, dangerous fellow, hence!
The tune of Imogen?
Lady, the gods throw stones of sulfur on me. If that box I gave you was not thought by me a precious thing, I had it from the queen.
It poisoned me.
Oh, gods!
The queen confessed. The queen did, for I was dead.
Dear boys, was our error.
Why did you throw your wedded lady from you? Think that you are upon a rock and throw me again.
Oh! Right there like fruit my soul till the tree die.
How now, my flesh? My child, wilt thou not speak to me?
Oh, your blessing, sir.
Oh, my tears that fall prove holy water on thee. Imogen, thy mother's dead.
I am sorry for it.
Oh, she was not. But her son is gone, we know not how nor where.
My lord, Claughton, upon my lady's missing, came to me.
Let me end the story. I slew
Marry the gods forfend! He was a prince!
her! Most incivil one.
I thought had been my lord.
Bind the offender, take him from our presence.
Stay, Sir King, this man is better than the man who slew, as well descended as thyself.
How of descent as good as we?
My sons, I must for mine own part unfold a dangerous speech, though haply well for you. Mighty sir, these gentlemen, as sure you your fathers, I will Morgan him that Belarius whom you sometime banished. These gentle princes for such and so they are, these 20 years have I trained.
And speak'st. I lost my children, if these be they. I know not how to wish a pair of worthier sons.
Be pleased awhile, this gentleman Arviragus, your younger princely son.
Oh, what, am I a mother to the birth of 3? Oh, Imogen, thou hast lost by this a kingdom.
No, my lord, I have gained 2 worlds by it. You called me brother when I was but your sister. I, you, brothers, when we were so indeed.
Did you e'er meet?
Aye, my good lord.
At first meeting loved, continued so until we thought he died?
Oh, rare instinct, thou art my brother, so we'll hold thee ever.
You are my father too, and did relieve me to see this gracious season.
All o'erjoyed, save these in bonds. Let them be joyful too, for they shall taste our comfort. That forlorn soldier that so nobly fought would have well become this place, and graced the thankings of a king.
I am, sir, the soldier that accompanied these 3 and 4 seamen. That I am he. Speak, Iachimo. I had you down and might have made you finish.
I am down again, but now my heavy conscience sinks my knee as then you're forced it. But your ring first, and here the bracelet of the truest princess that e'er swore her faith.
Kneel not to me. The power I have over you is to spare you, the malice towards you to forgive you. Live, and deal with others better.
Nobly doomed, pardon's the word to all.
Good my lord of Rome, come forth your soothsayer. As I slept, methought great Jupiter appeared to me with other sprightly shows of mine own kindred. When I waked, I found this label upon my bosom, whose containing is so from sense in hardness that I can make no collection of it. Let him show his skill in construction.
Philarmus, read and declare the meaning. Whenas a lion's whelp shall to himself unknown without seeking find and be embraced by a piece of tender air, and when from a stately cedar shall be lopped branches which, being dead many years, shall after revive be jointed to the old stock, and freshly grow, then shall Posthumus end his miseries, Britain be fortunate and flourish in peace and plenty. Thou, Leonatus at the lion's whelp, the piece of tender air, thy virtuous daughter. The lofty cedar royal simile personates thee, and thy lopped branches point thy 2 sons forth, who by Belarius stolen, for many years thought dead, are now revived, to the majestic cedar joined, whose issue promises Britain peace and plenty.
Well, my peace we will begin, and Caius Lucius, although the victor, we submit to Caesar in the Roman Empire, promising to pay our wonted tribute, from the which we were dissuaded by our wicked queen.
The fingers of the powers above do tune the harmony of this peace.
Laud we the gods, publish we this peace to all our subjects. Let a Roman and British ensign wave friendly together. Never a war did cease, ere bloody hands were washed with such a peace.
refuge found on solid ground. The human race can't be won. Don't wait to say goodbye, you're running out of time. Whatever you believe, it's easy to see. The whole world's sitting on a ticking bomb. The whole world's sitting on a ticking bomb. So keep your calm and carry on. The whole world's sitting on a ticking bomb. And it's about to explode.
Before we proceed any further, hear me speak.
Speak! Speak!
First,
Hail, noble Martians.
Thanks. What's the matter, you dissentious rogues that rub in the poor itch of your opinion? Make yourselves scabs.
we have ever your good word.
He that will give good words to thee will flatter beneath, abhorring. What would you have, you curs? You cry against the noble senate, who under the gods keeps you in awe, which else would feed on each other. What's their seeking?
Corn at their own rates, whereof they say the city is well stored.
Hang, they say.
Nay, these are almost thoroughly persuaded. What says the other truth?
They are dissolved. Hang 'em. They vented their complainings, which being answered, and a petition granted them. 5 tribunes sent to defend their vulgar wisdoms of their own choice. One's Junius Brutus, Sicinius Volutus, and I know not. God's death, the rabble should have first unroofed the city, ere so prevailed with me.
Marcius, 'tis true that you have lately told us the Volsces are in arms.
They have a leader, Tullus Ophidius, that will put you to it. I sin in envying his nobility, and were I anything but what I am, I would wish me only he.
You have fought together?
Were half to half the world by the ears, and he upon my party, I'd revolt to make only my wars with him. He is a lion that I am proud to hunt.
Then, worthy Marcius, intent upon Cominius to these wars, your company to the capital, where I know our greatest friends attend us.
Lead you on.
Hence to your homes be gone.
Oh, nay, let them follow. The Volsces have much corn. Think these rats thither.
Was ever man...
Oh! They have pressed a power.
But it is not known whether for east or west the dearth is great, the people mutinous. And it is rumored Cominius, Marcius your old enemy, and Titus Lartius, a most valiant Roman. These 3 lead on the preparation whither 'tis bent. Most likely 'tis for you. Consider of it.
Our armies in the field. We never yet made doubt but Rome was ready to answer us.
Noble Ophidius, take your commission. Hie you to your bands. Let us alone to guard Coriades.
If we and Caius Marcius chance to meet again, 'tis sworn between us that we shall ever strike, till one can do no more.
The gods assist you.
Methinks I hear hither your husband's drum. See him pluck Aufidius down by the hair. Methinks I see him stamp thus and call thus. Come on, you cowards, you were gotten fear, though you were born in Rome. His bloody brow with mailed hand, then wiping, forth he goes. Yonder comes news. I wager they have met.
My horse to yours?
No. 'Tis done. Agreed. Say, has our general met the enemy?
They lie in view, but have not spoke of yet.
So the good horse is mine.
I'll buy him of you. How far off lie these armies?
Within this mile and half.
Now, Mars, I prithee, make us quicken work, that we with smoking swords may march from hence to help our fielded friends. Come, blow thy blast! Tullus Ophidius, is he within your walls?
No, nor a man that fears you less than he. There is a
Oh, they are at it!
But now put your shields before your hearts and fight. He that retires, I'll take him for a Volsci. He shall feel mine edge. Call the contagion of the Southlight on you, you shades of Rome! You heard of biles and plagues, or by the fires of heaven I'll leave the foe and make my wars on you. Look to it. Come on! Let's fetch him off, or make remain alive. I'll fight with none but thee, for I do hate thee worse than a promise breaker.
We hate alike, not African servant, I bore more than thy fame and envy, or thou shouldst not take me here.
You shall not be the grave of your deserving, Rome must know. If against yourself you be incensed, we'll put you like one that means his proper harm in manacles, then reason safely with you. Therefore be it known, as to us to all the world, that Caius Marcius, for what he did before Coriolis, call him Marcius Caius Coriolanus. Bear the addition nobly ever.
Marcius Caius Coriolanus!
So to our tent. The blood upon your visage dries, it's time it should be looked to. Come.
The town is ta'en. Will be delivered back on good condition.
No Rome did all alone Marcius did fight. Within Coriolis' gates where he hath won, with fame a name to Marcius Caius. These in honor follows Coriolanus. Welcome to Rome, renowned Coriolanus.
Welcome to Rome, renowned Coriolanus. No more of this, it does offend my heart. You have, I know, petitioned all the gods for my prosperity.
Nay, my good soldier, up, my gentle Marcius, worthy Caius, and by deed achieving honor, newly named. What is it? Coriolanus, must I call thee?
Give way there and go on. Your hand, and yours. The good patricians must be visited, from whom I have received not only greetings, but with them change of honors.
On to the capital!
All tongues speak of him, and the bleared sights are spectacled to see him.
On the sudden I warrant him consul.
Then our office may, during his power, go sleep.
He cannot temperately transport his...
Heard him swear were he to stand for consul, never would he appear in the marketplace, nor on him put the napless vesture of humility, nor showing, as the manner is, his wounds to the people beg their stinking breaths.
Shall we to him then, as...
We must suggest to the people in what hatred he still hath held them, that to his power he would have made them mules.
This, as you say, suggested at some time when his soaring insolence shall teach the people, which time shall not want. If he be put upon't, and that's as easy as to set dogs on sheep, will be his fire to kindle their dry stubble, and their blaze shall darken him forever.
Come, come, they are almost here. How many stand for consulship?
Having determined of the volumes, and to send for Titus Lucius, it remains, as the main point of this our after meeting, to gratify his noble service that hath well pleased to make thee consul.
I do owe them still my life and services.
It then remains that you do speak to the Senate, the people.
I do beseech you, let me o'erleap that custom, for I cannot put on the gown, stand naked, and entreat them for my wound's sake to give their suffrage. Please you that I may pass this doing.
Sir, the people must have their voices, neither will they bate one jot of ceremony.
It is a part that I shall blush in acting, and might well be taken from the people.
Mark you that. We recommend to you tribunes of the people, our purpose to them and to our noble consul, which we all joy and honor. To Coriolanus, come all joy and honor.
You see how he intends to use the people. So then the Volsci stand but as at first, right away when time shall prompt them to make roads upon us again.
They are warned, Lord Consul, so that we shall hardly in our ages see their banners wave again.
Saw you of Phidias. Spoke he of me? He did, my lord. Well, what? Oh, behold, these are the tribunes of the people, the tongues of the common mouth. I do despise them, for they do prank them in authority against all noble sufferance.
Pass no further. What makes this change? The matter? The people are incensed against him.
Stop, or all will fall in broil. Are these your herd? Have you not set them on?
Be calm, be calm.
The people cry you mocked them.
And of late, when corn was given them gratis, you repined, scandaled the suppliants for the people, called them, talked to them all.
You are like to do such business.
Let's be calm.
The people are abused, set on. This poltroon becomes not Rome, nor has Coriolanus deserved this so dishonored rub, laid falsely in the plain way of his merit.
Tell me of corn. This was my speech, and I will speak it again. As for my country, I have shed my blood, not fearing outward force. So shall my lungs coin words until their decay against those measles we disdain should tetter us, yet sought the very way to catch them.
You speak of the people as if you were a god to punish, not a man of their infirmity.
'Twere well we let the people know it. It is a mind that shall remain a poison where it is, not poison any further.
Shall remain. Hear you, this Triton of the minnows, mark you his absolute shaft.
'Twas from the cannon.
Why, you grave but weakless senators, have you thus given Hydra here to choose an officer? Whoever gave that counsel to give forth the corn of the storehouse gratis, I say, nourished disobedience, fed the ruin of the state.
Why shall the people give one that speaks thus their voice?
I'll give my reasons.
Has spoken like a traitor, and shall answer as traitors do.
Oh, despite or well need, manifest treason!
Mr. Consul, no! Go! Call the people whose name myself attached thee as a traitorous innovator.
Go hence, rotten thing, or I shall shake thy bones out of thy garments!
Help me, citizens!
Down with it! Down with it!
Or here is he that would take from you all your power!
Down with it! Down with it! Weapons! Down with it!
What have all from you, Marcius, whom of late you have named for consul?
Fie! This is the way to kindle, not to quench.
What is the city but the people?
True, the people are the city! Or let us stand to our authority, or let us lose it. We do here pronounce upon the part of the people in whose power we were elected theirs. Marcius is worthy of present death.
Therefore lay hold of him, bear him to the rock Tarpeian, and from thence into destruction cast him.
Oh no, I'll die here.
Go! Get you to your house! Be gone! Away! All will be not else!
Get you gone!
Stand fast. We have as many friends as enemies.
Prithee, noble friend, home to thy house. Leave us to cure this cause.
Be gone, I beseech you, one time woe another.
On fair ground I could beat 40 of them.
Will you hence? This man has marred his fortune.
His nature is too noble for this world. Being angry does forget that ever he heard the name of death.
Where is this viper that would depopulate the city and be every man himself?
You worthy tribune.
Oh, he is a disease that must be cut away.
One word. I'll go to him and undertake to bring him, where he shall answer by a lawful form, in peace, to his utmost peril.
Noble tribunes, it is the humane way. Noble Menenius.
Why did you wish me milder? Would you have me false to my nature, rather say I play the man I am?
Oh, sir, I would have had you put your power well on before you had worn it out.
Let them hang.
Come, you have been too rough, something too rough. You must return and end it.
What must I do then?
Return to the tribunes.
Well, what then? What then?
Repent when you have spoke.
For them, I cannot do it to the gods. Must I then do it to them?
You are too absolute. Thou art their soldier, and, being bred in broils, hast not the soft way which, though doth confess, were fit for thee to use as they to claim in asking their good loves. But thou wilt frame thyself, forsooth, hereafter theirs, so long as thou hast power and person.
This but done, even as she speaks. Why, their hearts were yours.
I have been in the marketplace, and so 'tis fit. You may strong party or defend yourself by calmness or by absence, all's in anger.
Only fair speech.
I think 'twill serve if he can thereto frame his spirit.
He must and will. Prithee, now say you will, and go about it.
Mother, I am going to the marketplace. Let them accuse me by invention, and I will answer in mine honor.
Assemble presently the people.
Calmly, I do beseech you.
Draw near, ye people. Audience, listen to your tribunes. Peace, I say.
First, hear me speak.
Well say, peace ho!
Shall I be charged no further than this present?
If you submit you to the people's voices, allow their officers, and are content to suffer lawful censure for such faults which shall be proved upon you.
I am content.
Lo, citizens, he says he is content.
We charge you that you have contrived to take from Rome all worthy office, and to wind yourself into a power tyrannical, for which you are a traitor to the people.
How? Traitor?
Nay, temperately, your promise.
The fires of the lowest hell fold in the people. Call me their traitor, thou injurious tribune.
Mark you this, people.
To the rock with him!
What you have seen him do and heard him speak deserves the extremest death.
But since he hath served well for Rome.
What do you prate of service?
Is this the promise that you made your mother?
In the name of the people, and in the power of us the tribunes, we do even from this instant banish him, our city. I say it shall be so!
It shall be so! It shall be so!
No more to be said, but he is banished.
It shall be so! It shall be so!
Of curs, whose breath I hate as reek of the rotten fens, whose loves I prize as the dead carcasses of unburied men that do corrupt my air. I banish you. Let every feeble rumor shake your hearts. Your enemies, with nodding of their plumes, fan you into despair. Have the power still to banish your defenders till at length your ignorance, which finds not till it feels, making but reservations of yourselves, still your own foes, delivers you as abated captives to some nation who won you without blows. Despising for you the city thus, turn my back. There is a world elsewhere.
The people's enemy.
I know you well, sir, and you know me. Your name, I think, is Adrian.
It is so, sir. Truly I forgot yours.
I am a Roman, but my services are, as yours are, against them. Know you me yet? Nicanor? No. The same, sir. You had more beard when last I saw you. What's the news in Rome? There have been in Rome strange insurrections. The people against the senators, patricians, and nobles. The main blaze of it is past, but a small thing would make it flame up again. The nobles took so to heart the banishment of that worthy Coriolanus that they are in a ripe aptness to take the power from the people and pluck from them their tribunes forever. Coriolanus banished? Banished, sir. Your noble Tullus Aphidius would appear well in these words. His worthy opposer, Coriolanus, now being in no request in his country. I shall between this and supper tell you of most strange things of Rome, all tending to the good of their adversaries.
You have hope to ravish your own daughters and to melt the city leads upon your pace!
If Marcius should be joined with the Volscians.
If he is their god, he leads them like a thing made by some other deity than nature that shapes man better, and they follow him against us brats, with no less confidence than boys pursuing summer butterflies or butchers killing flies.
You have made good work. If he were putting to my house the brand that should consume it, I have not the face to say beseech you cease. We have deserved it.
Let's to the capital. What half my wealth would buy this for a lie.
Pray, let's go.
Call him a clipper. Bring him on himself.
Why, what a brood of traitors have we here!
Look at him, lass, and call thy image so. Call hither to the stake my two brave bears.
Are these thy bears?
And so to arms, victorious father, to quell these rebels and their accomplices.
Fie! Charity for shame, speak not in spite, for you shall sup with Jesus Christ tonight.
Foul stigmatic, that's more than thou canst tell.
Not in heaven, you'll surely sup in hell. So lie down there, for underneath an alehouse poultry sign, the castle in St. Albans, Somerset hath made the wizard famous in his death. Sword, hold thy temper, heart be wrathful still. Priest, pray for enemies,
There shall I sleep secure one night, till I have furiously revenged thy death, and left not one of them to re-utter. But stay, there's one of them to whom my soul has sworn a mortal hate. How
now, boys? Fortunate this fight hath been, I hope, for us and ours, for England's good. But did you see old Clifford, since we with bloody minds did buckle with the foe?
My lord, I saw him in the thickest throng, and still he fought with courage against his foes. See, noble father, with a bolt to come, the only props unto the house of York.
Well hast thou fought this day, thou valiant Duke, and thou brave bride of York's increasing house. 3 times this day thou hast preserved my life.
What say you, lords? The king has fled to London? What says Lord Warwick? Shall we after them?
After them, nay. Before them, if we can. Now, by my faith, lords, 'twas a glorious day. St. Albans' battle won by famous York shall be eternized in all age to come. Sound drums and trumpets, and to London all, as more such days as these to us befall. York!
My liege, there came a post from Wales with heavy news, whose worst of which was that the noble Mortimer, leading men to fight against the wild Glendower, were by the rude hands of that Welshman taken, 1,000 of his people butchered. For more uneven and unwelcome news, the gallant Hotspur, young Harry Percy, and the Earl of Douglas, that ever valiant and approved Scot, at Holmdon met, where they did spend a sad and bloody hour. As by the discharge of their artillery and shape of likelihood the news was told, for he that brought them in the very heat and pride of their contention did take horse, uncertain of the issue anyway.
Here is a dear, a true industrious friend. Sir Walter Blunt new lighted from his horse, and he hath brought us smooth and welcome news. The Earl of Douglas is discomfited. 10,000 bold Scots balked in their own blood. A gallant prize, huh, cousin, is it not?
A conquest for a prince to boast of.
Yea. That makes me sad and makes me sin in envy that my Lord Northumberland should be the father to so blessed a son, whilst I, this young Percy's pride, the prisoners he keeps and sends me word I shall have none but Mordache, Earl of Fife.
This is his uncle's teaching. This is Worcester malevolent to you in all aspects.
But I have sent for him to answer this. Cousin, on Wednesday next our council we will hold at Windsor, so inform the lords.
I will, my liege.
My blood hath been too cold and temperate, unapt to stir at these indignities. I will from henceforth rather be myself.
Our house, my sovereign liege, little deserves the scourge of greatness to be used on it, and that same greatness to which our own hands have helped to make so portly.
My lord Worcester, your presence is too bold and peremptory. You have good leave to leave us. When we need your use.
For the popinjay answered.
Percy then had said, he recently died and never rise to do him wrong. So he unsay it now.
Why yet he doth deny his prisoners, but with proviso and exception, that we at our own charge shall ransom straight his brother-in-law
foolish Mortimer, who on my soul hath willfully betrayed the lives of those he did lead to fight against the great magician damned Glendower. He never did fall off, my sovereign liege. To prove that true needs no more but one tongue, for all those wounds which valiantly he took, and changing hardiment with great— Thou dost belie him, Percy! Thou dost belie him. Art thou not ashamed? But, Sirrah, henceforth let me not hear you speak of Mortimer. Send us your prisoners, or you will hear of it. And if the devil come and roar for them, I will not